If you are looking to have a competitive advantage in whatever you're doing, from business, podcasting, and much more, then this is a perfect video for you. So in this video, we're going to talk about one main factor that sets apart successful from non-successful people. This factor we're going to talk about makes successful people win every single time. So if you're serious about winning every single time, then watch the whole video. Before we jump into this video, please subscribe and smash the like button. This will mean a lot more than you can imagine. With that out of the way, here is the main factor that sets apart successful from non-successful people. Apply marginal gains to your business and to your life. First and foremost, what is marginal gains? It is the idea that by making a number of small changes to the way you run your business or organization, you can have a big impact on its overall efficiency, which in time will be seen in your bottom line. Marginal gains are not only applied in business, but this concept can also be applied in your personal life. So how can you apply marginal gains to your life? For example, say Tom decides to go to the gym. The first day he goes to the gym, after an intense workout, on his first day, he doesn't feel any difference. A week later, Tom may notice half a pound of weight reduction. But Tom's co-workers may still consider Tom overweight because he still looks just the same. Tom can decide to quit because no one saw the change, or he can persist with his routine. If he chooses to give up, he will go back to his old shape. However, if Tom makes sure he exercises 3 to 4 times a week, he will have lost a ton of weight in a year. A friend who did not see him in that span will ask him, "How did you lose so much weight?" So small improvement, when added together, can make a significant improvement. To bring this concept home, let's see the man who coached Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant, what he says about this concept.
Marginal gains, as we call it, that 1%, that 0.1%. And I heard you talk about this with Kobe in the book and your other athletes, that trying to find that edge. And Kobe was one of those people that in the book that you talk about really trying to find that edge as well in his career. I'm really compelled by the concept of marginal gains because I feel like it's been my religion for my life, and my team here hear me talk about this so much that they're sick of it, which is like, how do we make what we're doing here, or all my businesses, but let's just focus on what we see here, 1% better. So whether it means putting these little things up to stop the reflection in there, whether it means, the effort they went to put these things up, like that is my religion. And when you sat down here, I said this podcast has been going for about a year and we're number one. And that is purely based on the fact that we believe the 1% will change our trajectory in an invisible way in the moment, but in a profound way over time.
Yes.
How important are those marginal gains to the athletes that you've worked with and in the work you do with them still today?
It's everything. It's everything. And it's in the details. You just described all these little things, and somebody come in, it doesn't matter. A great example was like, you know what? When we handed you the book, you're like, this cover is so much better than the other one. Switch it. It's the little attention to the little things that everyone thinks they won't notice. You hear this all the time. Don't sweat the small stuff. The 1%ers, the 0.01, they sweat every single detail. Because the one thing they let slip, somebody is going to use that to their advantage. Somebody is going to make a big deal out of it, and they're going to feel like they left something out. Everyone says, don't worry about the things that you can't control. Well, these individuals, they want to control everything they can control so the uncontrollable becomes more manageable to them. So if they pay attention to every single detail obsessively over and over and over again, then when the uncontrollable happens, they can have a better chance of controlling it. There's a big thing that we used to use with Kobe all the time is I used to ask individuals, if you're interested in taking your business or your basketball game, your football skills, your podcast, and this, we'd have a room of thousands and thousands of people stand up. And everybody would stand up and they give this big rounding clap and all this other stuff.
If you're interested in taking it to number one.
If you're interested, yes. To the next level. For some people, it may not be number one, whatever it is. Everybody claps up. And then I say, sit back down. Then I would ask them, I said, all right, if you're obsessed with taking your business, your sport, whatever it is, to another level, stand up. And everybody would stand up again. Well, I would say, well, which one is it? Which one is it? You can't be interested and you can't be obsessed. Interested is a hobby. Kobe Bryant was not interested in winning championships. He was obsessed. And obsession comes in the small details that nobody pays attention to. And I have a saying, all right? Interested people watch obsessed people change the world.
Kobe was interested in those small details that nobody else was interested in paying attention to. What were those small details for him?
Everyone talks about maximizing their time. Kobe and I were interested in maximizing his focus. When you maximize your focus, it gave us more time. The having everything laid out for him so he wouldn't have to worry about what shoes he had to wear, where the tickets had to go for the friends and family. We would come around, and in the different arenas, I would walk the floors while he was getting dressed, and I would tell him where the ball doesn't bounce as well. Because on a basketball court, it's made out of wood, all right, and they're portable floors, and everybody knows in certain arenas, they're dead spots. You force the player into that area. If the ball is going to bounce there, it's not going to bounce as high, which gives the team the advantage. And a lot of times when they would move those pieces around. So we would walk around, bounce the ball, that spot, that spot, that spot, that spot. So we'd get an advantage of the details that nobody else would pay attention to, that if we went into that area, we know stay away from that area. Or if we know we can't dribble on that particular spot. And there was one time there was a game where Kobe was, before the game, he was shooting free throws. And he was like, something isn't right. So he called one of the maintenance guys over. He goes, are you sure this basket is right? And the guy said, yeah. He goes, well, I want you to check it for me. He measured it. It was 1/8 of an inch off. When you're that obsessed, when you pay that much attention to the details, you know, it's no different than what you said about the lighting and the microphones and the team. I've never seen. I've done quite a few podcasts. We're very selective in who we want to sit down with. And this is the first time I've seen this many individuals.
It's funny, we were having a conversation yesterday, and I've been thinking about it for the last 2 days since we had the conversation. The conversation is, should we hire someone full-time to look at the data and analytics of the episodes when they go out? So we can, if we put an episode out and the title thumbnail is wrong, we can know within 24 hours if we need to change it. Like we know in this conversation which part, in hindsight, from looking at the data, people found most interesting, because they pull it back and watch it again. Mm-hmm. And it's all of these insights which are there, but we want to be the team that cares enough about those tiny details, because that is our religion, as we say. Yep. That is where we believe we'll find all the gains.
That's where the separation is. The separation is in the details. It's in the details. The separation in the clothes you wear is in the details. The shoes, the car that you drive, the house, your education. It doesn't matter whether you go to the most expensive university or you drop out of the university. It's the details you pay attention to in your studies, in whatever your career choice is. Those are the things that matter. You pay attention to the details in your family. You pay attention to the details in your kids. You pay attention to the details of what makes your significant other happy, how they react to certain things. It's people get comfortable with not having to manage the details.
So in conclusion, no matter where you are at this moment, and no matter what you do, every day you have an opportunity to do better in your core area by applying marginal gains method. Do not wait for a problem to arise, then you jump to fix it. Look at what you can do today to improve so that the problems never arise. Maybe you do not have a business to manage, but you can improve yourself to reach greater heights. You do not need to be first, you just have to be better. One day, you will turn into the best you can be. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. And also don't forget to subscribe if you've not done so. Until next time, peace. Also consider watching our other videos on my left.